But first, breaking now at 5 o'clock, federal agents are searching Sean Diddy Combs' properties in Los Angeles and Miami as part of a
Speed at which it appears these raids were conducted suggests that agents were concerned that they needed to secure evidence quickly and prevent anyone from destroying evidence.
Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get stopped. Then he was like, yo, when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we could just hang out, nigga.
There's a lot of chatter online about an investigation into Diddy's residence due to some legal issues. Interestingly, there's speculation that Diddy suspects 50 Cent might have alerted the authorities about his property. And now it seems like Diddy is threatening him for working with feds in order to dig for the truth. In the initial 9 months of 2023, Sean Diddy Combs experienced a series of highs, from electrifying performances at the MTV VMAs to the release of a Grammy-nominated R&B album, and even discussions about acquiring the BET network. It seemed like he was on top of the world. However, the latter part of the year brought a sudden shift. A barrage of lawsuits emerged, alleging serious accusations against Combs, a prominent figure in hip-hop, casting a dark cloud over his otherwise illustrious career.
Sean Diddy Combs is accused of a lawsuit by R&B singer Cassie claims that she was in a years-long relationship with Combs that also involved beatings.
Authorities executed searches at residences owned by Sean Diddy Combs as part of a federal investigation. According to a senior federal law enforcement official familiar with the situation, Combs is a primary focus of an investigation led by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. The Department of Homeland Security Investigations Transnational Organized Crime Division is spearheading the probe, which centers on HT crimes.
But again, this could possibly be linked to a...
This investigation aligns with allegations reminiscent of those raised in multiple civil lawsuits filed against Combs in New York. These lawsuits, which include one filed in federal court in December, accuse Combs of serious offenses, including SA and ST. It's important to highlight that Combs has consistently denied these allegations in the past.
Combs' attorney calls the lawsuit absolutely baseless and vehemently denies the allegations.
Heavily armed teams of HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, agents carried out searches at Combs' residence in Los Angeles and the Miami area. According to initial reports, some of these agents were even seen riding in armored vehicles. This heightened precaution was prompted by suspicions that Combs employed armed private security personnel at each of his properties.
So this is just a little bit ago as you can see a crowbar to get through this gate initially as well, the long and a multitude of people.
The agents were granted authorization to search for various items, such as documents, phones, computers, and other electronic devices that could potentially contain data or videos, according to the second law enforcement source. An earlier statement from a law enforcement source informed CNN that Monday's searches were linked to an ongoing ST investigation. HSI in New York stated on Monday that they executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation in collaboration with local law enforcement and HSI units in Los Angeles and Miami. Further information would be provided as it becomes available, they added. Combs' representatives have yet to respond to CNN's request for comment regarding the searches. Combs is currently facing accusations of ST in 3 separate recent lawsuits, all of which he has vehemently denied. The precise nature of the allegations under federal investigation remains ambiguous. Furthermore, at least 2 additional civil lawsuits have been filed against Combs in New York, alleging SA. One of these lawsuits, filed in federal court in December, also encompasses claims of C. I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy, Combs said in response to the December suit. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. In a recent development, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a former employee, producer, and videographer, filed a lawsuit last month against Combs. The lawsuit accuses Combs of SA and of orchestrating a widespread and dangerous criminal ST organization, among other allegations. This suit was filed in federal court in New York's Southern District. Combs' attorney promptly refuted the allegations, denouncing Jones' claims as lies. His reckless name-dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies, Diddy's attorney Sean Hawley said last month. CNN crews reported observing armed law enforcement officers around Combs' residences in Los Angeles' Holmby Hills neighborhood and Miami Beach's exclusive Star Island community. In Los Angeles, at least one armored law enforcement vehicle was witnessed arriving at the property, while agents were seen processing paperwork on card tables outside the Miami area home. Additionally, mobile command post vehicles were visible at both locations.
We saw as people were led away, potentially in custody. Don't know who these individuals are, if they're related to Diddy in any way, but you can see them. A dramatic video from our Sky Fox team.
A representative from Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, in Miami, confirmed to CNN that the activity at the Star Island property was indeed related to the execution of a search warrant. HSI, as the investigative arm of the Department of Homeland Security, is mandated with probing transnational crime and threats, encompassing HT, terrorism, narcotics smuggling, and various other forms of organized criminal activity. HSI investigators wrapped up their activities at the Star Island residence, according to a report from a CNN crew. Reports are now emerging suggesting potential links to Jay-Z in connection with this lawsuit. And just as expected, 50 Cent doesn't stay quiet when Diddy's in the spotlight. The rapper, renowned for hits like In Day Club, has joined the chat. Recently, he took to social media to criticize fellow rapper Sean Diddy Combs, reigniting their long-standing feud. Sharing a screenshot showing Sean's two sons, Justin and King Combs, being escorted out of his Los Angeles home in handcuffs, 50 Cent wrote, "S just got real, the feds in all the cribs. Damn, they got the kids in cuffs." In a second post, which featured images of the feds outside of Sean's LA home, he pointed out, "Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. They don't come like that unless they got a case." It seems that 50 Cent is seizing the opportunity to comment on the situation surrounding Diddy's recent headlines, likely adding fuel to their ongoing feud. The rapper known as Candy Shop, born Curtis Jackson, also posted a video created by a social media user dubbing Diddy as too freaky for society, with the caption, "Ran off and left the kids in the whole shush, yo he doing the race said F it." 50 Cent's latest criticism coincides closely with Homeland Security's raids on Sean's homes in California and Florida. This has sparked rumors and speculations among the public, with some suggesting that 50 Cent might be involved with the authorities, fueling the ongoing feud between the two. For years, 50 Cent has consistently taken shots at Diddy, never shying away from calling out the "I'll be missing you" singer on social media whenever the opportunity arises. He has even made jokes about Diddy's legal issues, highlighting the depth of their ongoing feud. On Friday, November 17th, 50 Cent didn't hold back in sharing his thoughts on Diddy's recent lawsuit settlement with Cassie. In a now-deleted post on Instagram, the G-Unit label head and television producer seemed to hint that Diddy's troubles were far from over. LOL. He paid that money real quick. Should have done that before the sharks saw the blood in the water, and here they come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every woman he put his hand on, he wrote in the caption. Before this, 50 Cent, renowned for his continual jabs at Diddy, turned to Twitter on Thursday, November 16th, seemingly aiming another jab at the bad boy mogul. "Damn, brother love, brother love, brother love, you out here looking side-eye emoji crazy as a MFLMAO," he captioned the photo. According to the New York Post, the decision to settle Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy was made on Friday, November 17th, just a day after the lawsuit by the Me and You singer was filed in Manhattan federal court. "I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control," Cassie said in a statement. "I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support." In his own statement, Combs said, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love." Diddy also shared his statement saying, in documents obtained by Hip Hop DX on Thursday, November 16th, the singer accused the bad boy mogul of a number of crimes, including R, ST, and physical A.
You knew exactly what I meant, because he'd been standing next to something his entire career. Right. He stood next to Biggie. You put hot on him.
The legal filing alleged that he coerced Miss Ventura into participating in S-acts with male employees during filming and insisted she carry a hand despite her discomfort. Additionally, she claimed that Diddy provided her with and alcohol, exacerbating her substance A issues. 50 Cent's ongoing hostility towards Diddy has persisted for years, with the In the Club rapper frequently questioning the mogul's business practices and associations. This tension was evident during a concert in October, where 50 Cent made derogatory remarks. In addition to Diddy, 50 Cent has engaged in online disputes with numerous public figures, including President Joe Biden, Nicki Minaj, Conor McGregor, Terry Crews, Vivica A. Fox, Floyd Mayweather, and rapper Ja Rule, spanning over 2 decades and showcasing a lengthy history of provocative behavior.
You still hear things from back then, that time.
Oh, got you now.
Right.
Okay, got you.
He can't buy the right. You play it for him right now, and it's hot.
The G-Unit boss has also taken aim at Diddy's management of artists signed under his label, Bad Boy Records. He suggested that the executive's management style is detrimental to artists' careers, famously stating, "Puffy might be the destination for anybody going nowhere. Nobody survived him." This critique references artists like Mace, Loon, Carl Thomas, Young Jock, and others who, despite initial success, experienced career setbacks after their association with Diddy. The LOX, a hip-hop group, had some of the earliest public feuds with the owner of Bad Boy Entertainment. They were signed by Diddy after Mary J. Blige heard their demo tape and recommended them. Their career trajectory shifted dramatically after appearing on Diddy's smash hit, It's All About the Benjamins, propelling them to stardom.
Who knew, like, you kind of never know, like, it's gonna be, what song is gonna be extra crazy. So, you know, and we spit and this took place, but, you know, I fought it for a minute. I did it. I did my verse that night.
The group grew dissatisfied with the direction Diddy was taking Bad Boy after their 1998 album, Money, Power, and Respect, and its singles failed to chart as expected. Following Biggie's death, Diddy shifted away from hardcore street music towards a more mainstream sound aimed at appealing to a wider audience and ensuring radio success. This shift prompted the LOX to search for a new record company that better aligned with their musical style and preferences.
He was one of them dudes that would just say crazy stuff anyway, all the time, on a daily basis. He drunk 40 young.
As a result, they began to feature on numerous tracks released by Rough Riders, a label associated with fellow Yonkers native DMX.
X was already a star in Yonkers in our eyes. Right. Maybe 7 to 10 years before he ever dropped the album.
Diddy refused to release them from their contract, prompting the group to launch a campaign dubbed Free the LOX to push for their contractual freedom.
It worked sufficiently for what we needed it to do, but looking back, that was all on us.
In 1999, they made a statement at the Hot 97 Summer Jam by donning t-shirts with the message, "Let the Locks Go." Following a heated confrontation that led to Diddy being struck with a chair, he opted to sever ties with the LOX. Soon after, they inked a deal with Rough Riders, where they stayed for over a decade.
It was probably after the argument with Diddy, when Styles threw the chair at Puff. I mean, I ain't sure, but that was probably the last.
The real conflict began when the LOX asked Diddy to help them become published so they could split their earnings. They said that Diddy owned 50% of the publishing company. According to All Hip Hop, Diddy said that he owned 20% of the LOX and made $400,000 off them. A representative for the band later shot down Diddy's assertion with court documents. According to the band, imagine working for years and years, hard work, and somebody that has nothing to do with that is getting the bulk of it. You'd be totally, utterly frustrated. And you trying to get around it for years and you call about it with lawyers, but people are too powerful. Eventually, Diddy called the radio show from his Manhattan office to counter the claims.
We businessmen. We all mature adults. Say all that right there. I'm at my office. Y'all can sit on this interview with her and talk as long as y'all want to talk about it, or you can take the invitation I gave you before.
And Jada Kiss were not the ones who could sit back silently. They went off with a stronger reply. They said, once we decided to go against Diddy, he had the power to block us from ever putting a song out ever again. We didn't have no leverage, really, besides the street. We had mixtapes, we had people behind us who thought we would be great artists in the future. If we gonna do it, let's do it, but just know it could go all the way bad. According to OK Player, the Lox were eventually released from their deal with Bad Boy after their management company, Rough Riders, paid Sean Combs $2 million to buy them out of the agreement. Additionally, the royalties from Jadakiss's debut solo project, titled Kiss the Game Goodbye, were given to Combs. The New York City rapper from Yonkers also acknowledged that Combs wasn't overly contentious during the buyout negotiations, noting that he could have taken a much tougher stance. They expressed appreciation for Diddy's approach, saying, "Shout out to Diddy also because he could have played much harder ball than he played." 50 Cent has consistently voiced criticism toward Diddy for his pattern of associating himself with successful artists, spanning from Biggie and Mace to Rick Ross and French Montana. Fifth often points out Diddy's tendency to leverage these connections for personal gain, suggesting that Diddy's success is heavily reliant on the talents of others. While 50 Cent's critiques are sharp, they echo sentiments prevalent within the industry. The notion that Diddy's involvement might sometimes impede the careers of artists under his wing is not not novel, though it remains a subject of debate. Some industry insiders and fans argue that such dynamics are commonplace in music, where attention tends to gravitate toward a select few artists. Diddy typically refrains from engaging in public discourse on controversial topics, including allegations and inquiries from 50 Cent regarding his purported involvement in Tupac's death. Instead, Diddy often dismisses such claims outright, a response that has done little to dispel the rumors and speculation perpetuated by 50 Cent and others. In the midst of serious allegations filed in a Manhattan court, Diddy is facing significant scrutiny following Cassie's accusations of A&A against him. Speculations have arisen among fans and industry insiders regarding the possibility of multiple women stepping forward to testify against Diddy if Cassie pursues legal action. This scenario draws parallels to high-profile cases involving individuals like R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and Harvey Weinstein, where a flood of testimonies proved pivotal in legal proceedings. Against this backdrop of serious allegations, a substantial lawsuit alleges that Combs leveraged his influential network to ensnare Cassie in a relationship marked by violence and control.
Or on her. Through their time together, Cassie claims that Diddy would regularly push and alcohol, make her carry around in her purse while out in public.
After more than a decade of dating Combs, Cassie has come forward with shocking allegations of A, including severe beatings, and R, throughout their relationship. The New York Times was the first to report on these disturbing claims, uncovering a troubling narrative of control exerted over every aspect of Cassie's life. The lawsuit paints a grim picture of a cycle of A, violence, and trauma that persisted until the relationship finally ended in 2018. In a statement to the Times, Cassie expressed that after years in silence and darkness, she is now finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and A in their relationships. A spokesperson for Combs vehemently denied the accusations, labeling them offensive and outrageous. The representative asserted that these claims emerged following Ventura's alleged demand for $30 million from the mogul.
And Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, they're saying tonight that the two have settled a lawsuit she filed against the mogul yesterday in Manhattan federal court.
The statement further emphasized, Miss Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. Ventura's legal representative informed the New York Times that she had been offered 8 figures to silence her and prevent the filing of this lawsuit, an offer she reportedly declined. The disturbing lawsuit unveils a troubling narrative of the relationship, depicting a scenario where Combs seized control over both the personal and professional aspects of Cassie's life. The allegations include years of brutal beatings, coerced encounters, and a pervasive threat of violence.
Yikes. She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse, violence, and baby.
Combs, a 3-time Grammy winner, wields a vast business empire spanning various industries, including fashion and music. Since founding Bad Boy Records in 1993, he has been a prominent figure in the hip-hop scene, collaborating closely with iconic artists such as the Notorious Big, Mary J. Blige, and Lil' Kim. According to the lawsuit, Combs aggressively pursued Ventura, who at the age of 19 signed with Bad Boy and swiftly rose to fame. The legal document alleges that Combs forcibly kissed her at a gathering for her 21st birthday, immediately leveraging his power and influence.
She also says that he got physical with her and forced her to be intimate with men of the night. You know how we call women of the night?
Citing Combs' influential position as the founder of Bad Boy Records, the lawsuit asserts that Ventura felt compelled to acquiesce to his advances and offers of to safeguard her career. It details how he introduced her to an extravagant fueled lifestyle characterized by excess. The legal document portrays Combs as prone to uncontrollable rage, alleging that he coerced Ventura into engaging in S-acts with male staff members, documenting these encounters through photography and filming. The suit suggests that she was administered before and during these incidents, enabling her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. Additionally, the lawsuit asserts that Ventura was a victim of ST, as she was allegedly coerced into participating in forced S-acts in multiple cities. In 2015, the lawsuit claims that Combs subjected Ventura to such a severe beating that when his security guard and assistant witnessed her with 2 black eyes, a burst and bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead, they were moved to tears. Allegedly, she was consistently pressured to seclude herself in hotels until her bruises healed.
Says that not long after she met him in 2005, when she was only 19 years old, he began a pattern of control and abuse that included.
The legal complaint alleges that Combs used threats of violence and his extensive network to compel Ventura to stay in the relationship whenever she attempted to leave. One cited incident involved Ventura briefly dating Kid Cudi in 2012, after which Combs purportedly retaliated by damaging the rapper's car. Kid Cudi corroborated Ventura's assertions, affirming to the New York Times, "This is all true." Cassie's lawsuit contains further distressing claims, asserting that she experienced memory loss due to extensive substance use and had suicidal thoughts during her time with Diddy. The court documents highlight a concerning incident where MRI results were allegedly sent directly to Diddy. In the lawsuit filed by Cassie, Diddy is named using his legal name, Sean Combs, along with affiliated entities such as Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records, Epic Records, Combs Enterprises, and Docor. This suggests a wide-ranging involvement in the purported actions. Seeking justice, Cassie is pursuing unspecified compensatory damages through legal channels.
Says that not long after she met him in 2005, when she was only 19 years old, he began a pattern of control and abuse that included.
Following Cassie's lawsuit, focus shifted to a 2019 interview featuring Virginia Vi, an ex-girlfriend of Diddy's, where she recounted alleged instances of physical A. During a conversation with internet personality Tasha K, Virginia V accused Diddy of stomping on her stomach, punching her, and offering her money to terminate their pregnancy. She described an incident where Diddy purportedly stomped on her stomach forcefully enough to cause her to lose her breath, making it difficult for her to breathe. Virginia V claimed she pleaded with him to stop the A. Furthermore, she asserted that individuals in Diddy's inner circle enabled the A and highlighted the mental, emotional, and physical distress she allegedly endured.
He was like, "You not happy to see me?
Oh.
You at Diddy's house, that mean you made it."
The cockiness.
Yeah.
Okay, Diddy.
In another legal matter, Diddy faced allegations from his former personal chef, Cindy Ruela, who filed a lawsuit against him in 2017. Ruela claimed SH, failure to pay overtime, and retaliation. She alleged that she was frequently required to serve food to Diddy and his companions immediately following S encounters, with the men reportedly during these post-coital meals. The lawsuit also cited an incident where Diddy asked Ruela if she found his body appealing. The case reached a settlement in 2019, with the terms undisclosed. These additional allegations and legal actions contribute to the scrutiny surrounding Diddy's behavior and interactions with those in his circle.
It's clear that the allegations, again, in this complaint, many of them rise to the level of criminal conduct.
During the Thanksgiving weekend of 2023, Sean Combs faced two separate lawsuits alleging SA. One was filed by a former Syracuse University student who claimed Combs and SA her, filmed the act, and distributed it as revenge. The second lawsuit, dating back to 1990 or 1991, accused Combs and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall of R&A against the plaintiff and her friend. Following the alleged A, Combs reportedly returned to the victim's residence and violently attacked them. In previous incidents, Combs was accused of A-ing his son's football coach in 2015, rumored to have been involved in a confrontation with Kid Cudi at a club in 2012, and sued for allegedly orchestrating a promoter's A in 2007. In the 1990s, he pleaded guilty to a reduced A charge after attacking the president of Interscope Records with various objects in response to a controversial Nas music video. He was sentenced to attend anger management classes for 1 day.
When Diddy found out, he allegedly beat her, threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car. The filing then says shortly after Diddy's Kid Cudi's car actually blew up.
Recent online investigations have uncovered past interviews shedding light on Diddy's relationships, including one with his ex-partner, Gina Huin. In a 2019 interview with Tasha K, Huin made serious allegations against Diddy, detailing instances of A. She claimed that Diddy subjected her to various forms of A, encompassing mental, emotional, and mistreatment, and recounted a specific incident. Huin further alleged that when she became pregnant with Diddy's child, he offered her money in an attempt to convince her to terminate the pregnancy. She shared with Tasha K, "He was mentally, emotionally, and abusing me. He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one. She's a good one." Additionally, she asserted that everyone within Diddy's inner circle allowed the A to persist. A surfaced video clip features Gina Huin, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, providing detailed accounts of alleged physical and mental A by the prominent musician.
He was like always belittling me and always like, he was like mentally, emotionally, and
Gina Huin publicly acknowledged her relationship with the singer of I'll Be Missing You in June 2019 by posting a video on Instagram showing them kissing. They reportedly met initially in 2015. In a 3-part interview with Tasha K in 2019, Huin disclosed that she endured mental, emotional, and physical during her relationship with Diddy.
He took one of my heels and tried to throw it at me, and then he mushed my face and really hard and made my nose bleed.
Her account included disturbing incidents such as aggressive stomping on her stomach, throwing a heel at her, covering her face until her nose bled, and punching her in the head to avoid face. Huin claimed that despite witnesses being aware of the nobody intervened except for someone referred to as D-Rock. She also shared in the interview that the Last Night singer asked her to abort their child on 2 different occasions. While narrating the disturbing experience, she said, "The first time was October 2014. Well, I told him and he was like, 'You're getting an abortion, right?' Then I was like, 'I don't know yet.' Then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him. I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that wanted him for money. I just cared about him. I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it." Throughout his career, Puff Daddy has been linked to famous stars from Jennifer Lopez to Cassie. His longest relationship was with Kim Porter, whom he started dating in the 1990s before their final split in 2007. Porter, who died in 2018, her death was also speculated to involve Diddy. And now people are suggesting that 50 may have helped feds because of all this mess. One person on the internet wrote, "Least surprisingly bit of news so far this year. Guy has looked, spoken, and acted like a creepy snake oil salesman for decades." Another person added, "He knows they watching him. He isn't going to leave anything in that house, but this don't look good overall." That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.